Welcome back to OctoClean Media. Today I'm going to show you how to properly use a 1500 to 2500 RPM corded electric burnisher to properly burnish a floor in a customer's building. Let's get to it. Before we talk about operating the burnisher, let's talk about what we're doing, why would we use a burnisher, why you would offer this service. So before you burnish a floor, of course you'd want to have a coating to burnish because that's what you're doing. You're not burnishing the floor itself, you're burnishing the coating that's placed on top of the floor. So whether that be a seal, a floor finish, some people call it wax, that's what you're doing when you're using this machine. This machine is going at sometimes 2,000 RPMs, as low as maybe 1,000 or maybe a little bit lower, but that's what it's doing. It's heating up the coating that you've placed on this floor and popping a shine out of that coating, because as it heats up, it tends to shine more. That's why we would be burnishing, or that's why you'd be offering a service that some people used to call buff, but it's really high-speed burnishing. So let's get into operating the machine. So first things first, what I check is the safety aspects. So all those little safety checkpoints. Are my handles actually working? So the safety handle where I would push down to pull up, is it actually operational? Or when I grab this, is it automatically pulling up? So if you can see, I'll push down, pull up, that works. And then with it in the up position, it's preventing it from coming up. So that, without it being energized, seems to be working fine. Next thing I'm looking for is my ground plugs and my cord itself. Do I have any frays in the cord, cuts that might show the cord, or are any of my prongs missing, especially my ground prong? I'm pulling them to make sure, okay, that's good. Handle, this looks great. Next thing I will do is I'll put on the floor pad. So I'm going to choose the floor pad that I want to use for this floor. For this application, I'm going to use our natural blend pad. So we talked about this in other videos, how to select a floor care pad. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. But pulling out the center, and how would I put that on? Well, simply lean it back as I pop off my retaining clip. I'm going to put on my floor care pad. Doesn't matter which side. So remember, this floor care pad has two sides. When this gets dirty, flip it over. Then I'm going to push this on, push my clip. Sometimes just give it a little bit of a tap. What I'm looking for is that my retaining ring is below my pad. So when this actually touches my floor, this plastic retaining ring is not hitting the floor, so it won't mar the floor, scratch it up, do whatever. Okay? Next, pulling it up, putting it back on its wheels, and at this point I'm going to plug the machine in. Now I'm ready to set the height of my machine. Where do I want this machine to be? This pad driver is made to sort of float, hit the floor, and bounce up and down when it hits highs and lows. So what I want to do, lay it down. Then I'm going to set my angle to where it's pretty straight on the floor, but it's easy for me to handle. So you notice there's a little bit of play in my handles, which is perfectly fine because I don't want to move it around. My wheels are, as you can see here, my wheels are touching the ground, and they will stay on the ground the entire time that I'm using this machine. Unlike the 175 machine where the only thing touching the ground is the pad, this is a much easier machine to use. Now, let's talk about cleaning chemical. Well, first thing we need to do is prep our floor, right? We would need to sweep it, mop it, make sure it's clean. I wouldn't want to do this to a wet floor because the pad is there to burnish the floor. If I have dirt, I'm going to buff the dirt into it. It's going to make it harder for me to clean. Now, a lot of people use spray buff, floor restorer. There's many different options you can use. For us, what I use is a chemical called Armor. This is very, very simple to use. So it's called Ultra Shield, and it's made by Armor, and we simply squeeze the one side and it fills it up, and then we add it to a spray bottle. This is a method that we're going to be using. As I use the machine, I'm going to spray the chemical on the floor, and it will aid in the cleaning. Okay, so I'm almost about ready, right, to clean the floor. I like to put this cord over my shoulder. That way I know where it's at. I can feel it on my shoulder. I'm not going to suck it into the machine. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to push down my safety. So pushing it away from me towards the machine. you'll notice the machine will kick on. There's very little kick, and then I'm going to be spraying my chemical in front of the machine. That's going to be my buffing path or burnishing path. You'll notice that the first pass, I'm kind of just soaking the water into the pad, letting the chemical do what it needs to do. And then my second pass is when it's actually buffing the floor. The more that you run this over a floor, the shinier the floor will be. There'll be instances where adding a little more of my Armor spray buff will work better. And there'll be instances when I could go over it once, and that's all I need to do, but I do need to go over it with the burnishing pad on the machine multiple times. So if you notice, when I'm pulling back and going back up, I'm overlapping the area that I went to about half. A tip that I use is I'll use the forward bolt on this machine and say, okay, when I go back up, I want that one to be in the middle. So basically this half is hitting the part that I already buffed once. That way you don't have areas of your floor that are shiny and areas of your floor that are not shiny. And this would be just repeat it. Go all the way through your floors, repeating this process. When you're finished, it's very simple. Letting go of your handles will stop the pad. You can lift it up if you'd like. Before I do anything else, I'm going to lock my pad in place. Now, I'm never going to grab and touch my pad with the machine still plugged in. That's a tip that you always want to remember. If this fails when I flip it backwards and I have my hands on that, it's going to rip holes in my hands because, again, this is 1500 to 2500 RPM. It's spinning very quickly. In the stored position, this is the stored position in the warehouse or wherever you're storing it, not that. If that's the stored position, you're going to warp your pad driver. So you don't want to do that. It's just a simple plastic pad driver, as you can see. You can also decide if you want to put your machines down. I have seen people do that. For certain machines, they're made to put down, like a square scrub would be made to be stored that way. Thank you everybody for watching. And if you like the content, please let us know in the comments below. And of course, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.